Careers and Jobs in the USA, number 27. Kindergarten and Elementary School Teachers. Learn about careers and jobs in the United States of America and improve your American English with Maestro Sersea. What kindergarten and elementary school teachers do, Part 1. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers instruct young students in basic subjects such as math and reading in order to prepare them for middle school. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers help students learn and apply important concepts. Many teachers use a hands-on approach to help students understand abstract concepts, solve problems, and develop critical thinking skills. For example, they may demonstrate how to do a science experiment and then have the students conduct the experiment themselves. They may have students work together to solve problems. Elementary school typically goes from 1st through 5th or 6th grades. However, in some schools, elementary school continues through 8th grade. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers typically instruct students in several subjects throughout the day. Teachers may escort students to assemblies, recess, or classes taught by other teachers, such as art or music. While students are away from the classroom, teachers plan lessons, grade assignments, or meet with other teachers and staff. In some schools, teachers may work on subject specialization teams in which they teach one or two specific subjects, typically either English and social studies or math and science. Generally, students spend half of their time with one teacher and half their time with the other. There are kindergarten and elementary school teachers who specialize in subjects such as art, music, or physical education. Some schools employ English as a second language, ESL, or English for speakers of other languages, ESOL, teachers who work exclusively with students learning the English language. These teachers work with students individually or in groups to help them improve their English language skills and to help them with class assignments. Students with learning disabilities or emotional or behavioral disorders are often taught in traditional classes. Kindergarten and elementary teachers work with special education teachers to adapt lesson plans to these students' needs and monitor the students' progress. In some cases, kindergarten and elementary school teachers may co-teach lessons with special education teachers. Some teachers use technology in their classroom as a teaching aid. They must be comfortable with using and learning new technology. Teachers also may maintain websites to communicate with parents about students' assignments, upcoming events, and grades. For students in higher grades, teachers may create websites or discussion boards to present information or to expand on a lesson taught in class. What kindergarten and elementary school teachers do, Part 2. Duties. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers typically do the following: create lesson plans to teach students subjects such as reading, science, and math, teach students how to interact with others, observe students to evaluate their abilities, strengths, and weaknesses, instruct an entire class or smaller groups of students, grade students' assignments, communicate with parents or guardian about their child's progress, work with students individually to help them overcome specific learning challenges, prepare students for standardized tests required by the state, develop and enforce classroom rules to teach children proper behavior, supervise children outside of the classroom, for example, during lunchtime or recess. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers, work environment. Elementary school teachers, except special education, held about 1.5 million jobs in 2019. The largest employers of elementary school teachers, except special education, were as follows: Elementary and secondary schools local, 85%. Elementary and secondary schools private, 13%. Kindergarten teachers except special education held about 127,700 jobs in 2019. The largest employers of kindergarten teachers except special education were as follows. Elementary and secondary schools local, 81%. Elementary and secondary schools private, 14%. Child daycare services, 3%. Most states have tenure laws which provides job security after a certain number of years in satisfactory teaching. Kindergarten and elementary teachers may find it rewarding to watch students develop new skills and learn information. However, teaching may be stressful. Some schools have large classes and lack important teaching tools, such as computers and up-to-date textbooks. Some states are developing teacher mentoring programs and teacher development courses to help with the challenge of being a teacher. Work schedules. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers generally work during school hours when students are present. They may meet with parents, students, and other teachers before and after school. They often spend time in the evenings and on weekends grading papers and preparing lessons. Many kindergarten and elementary school teachers work the traditional 10-month school year and have a 2-month break during the summer. They also have a short midwinter break. Some teachers work during the summer. Teachers in districts with a year-round schedule typically work 9 weeks in a row and then have a break for 3 weeks before starting a new schooling session. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers, how to become one, Part 1. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers usually must have a bachelor's degree. In addition, public school teachers must have a state-issued certification or license. Education. Public kindergarten and elementary school teachers typically need at least a bachelor's degree in elementary education. Private schools typically have the same requirement. Some states also require public kindergarten and elementary school teachers to major in a content area such as math or science. Those with a bachelor's degree in another subject can still become elementary education teachers. They must complete a teacher education program to obtain certification to teach. Requirements vary by state. In teacher education programs, future teachers learn how to present information to young students and how to work with young students of varying abilities and backgrounds. Programs typically include a student teaching program in which they work with a mentor teacher and get experience teaching students in a classroom setting. For information about teacher preparation programs in your state, visit teach.org. Some states require teachers to earn a master's degree after receiving their teaching certification and obtaining a job. Advancement. Experienced teachers may advance to serve as mentors to new teachers or become lead teachers. In these roles, they help less experienced teachers to improve their teaching skills. With additional education or certification, teachers may become school counselors, school librarians, or instructional coordinators. Some become assistant principals or principals, both of which generally require additional schooling in education, administration, or leadership. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers, how to become one, Part 2, Important Qualities. Communication skills. Teachers need to discuss students' needs with parents and administrators. They also need to be able to communicate the subject content to students in a manner in which they will understand. Patience. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers must respond with patience when students struggle with material. Working with students of different abilities and backgrounds can be difficult. Physical stamina. Working with kindergarten and elementary age students can be tiring. Teachers need to be able to physically, mentally, and emotionally Keep up with the students. Resourcefulness. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers must be able to get students engaged in learning. They also should be prepared to adapt their lessons to meet students' needs. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers, licenses, certifications, and registrations. All states require teachers in public schools to be licensed or certified in the specific grade level that they will teach. Those who teach in private schools typically do not need a license. Requirements for certification or licensure vary by state but generally involve the following: a bachelor's degree with a minimum grade point average, completion of a student teaching program, passing a background check, passing a general teaching certification test as well as a test that demonstrates their knowledge of the subject they will teach. For information on certification requirements in your state, visit teach.org. Teachers are frequently required to complete professional development classes to keep their license or certification. Some states require teachers to complete a master's degree after receiving their certification and obtaining a job. All states offer an alternative route to certification or licensure for people who already have a bachelor's degree but lack the education courses required for certification. Some alternative certification programs allow candidates to begin teaching immediately after graduation under the supervision of an experienced teacher. These programs cover teaching methods and child development. After they complete the program, candidates are awarded full certification. Other programs require students to take classes in education before they can teach. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers pay. The median annual wage for elementary school teachers, except special education, was $60,940 in May 2020. The median wage is the wage at which half the workers in an occupation earned more than that amount and half earned less. The lowest 10% earned less than $40,030, and the highest 10% earned more than $100,480. The median annual wage for kindergarten teachers, except special education, was $57,860 in May 2020. The lowest 10% earned less than $37,360, and the highest 10% earned more than $91,980. In May 2020, the median annual wages for elementary school teachers, except special education, in the top industries in which they worked were as follows: elementary and secondary schools local, $62,050; elementary and secondary schools private, $50,050. In May 2020, the median annual wages for kindergarten teachers, except special education, in the top industries in which they worked were as follows: elementary and secondary schools local, $59,300; elementary and secondary schools private, $47,250; child daycare services, $31,520. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers generally work during school hours when students are present. They may meet with parents, students, and other teachers before and after school. They often spend time in the evenings and on weekends grading papers and preparing lessons. Many kindergarten and elementary school teachers work the traditional 10-month school year and have a 2-month break during the summer. They also have a short midwinter break. Some teachers work during the summer. Teachers in districts with a year-round schedule typically work 9 weeks in a row and then have a break for 3 weeks before starting a new school session. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers job outlook. Overall employment of kindergarten and elementary school teachers is projected to grow 4% from 2019 to 2029, about as fast as the average for all occupations. Rising student enrollment should increase demand for kindergarten and elementary teachers, but employment growth will vary by region. The number of students enrolling in public kindergarten and elementary schools is expected to increase over the coming decade, and the number of classes needed to accommodate these students should rise. As a result, more teachers will be needed to teach public kindergarten and elementary school students. Despite expected increases in enrollment in public schools, employment growth for kindergarten and elementary school teachers will depend on state and local government budgets. If state and local governments experience budget deficits, they may lay off employees, including teachers. As a result, employment growth of public kindergarten and elementary school teachers may be somewhat reduced. Job prospects. Some teachers are expected to reach retirement age over the coming decade. Their retirements may increase the need to replace workers who leave the occupation. Opportunities will vary by region and school setting. There will be better opportunities in urban and rural school districts than in suburban school districts. Flexibility in job location may increase prospects. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers summary. Quick facts. Kindergarten and elementary school teachers. 2020 median pay $60,660 per year. Typical entry-level education, bachelor's degree. Work experience in a related occupation, none. On-the-job training, none. Number of jobs 2019, 1,579,800. Job outlook 2019-2029, 4%, as fast as average. Employment change 2019-2029, 56,100. Citation: Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. Department of Labor, Occupational Outlook Handbook, Kindergarten and Elementary School Teachers.